So Canada has banned all the flights from India and Pakistan for next 30 days. We would like to share all the details about it. If you are outside Canada, what will be the situation? How will you be able to travel? What will happen to the hotel quarantine and everything? So watch this video till the end. So you know it's been more than a year that Canada is fighting with this pandemic situation, but still cases are on the rise. There is a third wave going on. Vaccine situation is not looking very good. Despite all the lockdowns, despite closing all the stores, despite closing all the gyms, schools, so many lockdowns, it is not helping. Now they are taking extreme step, which is to ban any flight from India and Pakistan specifically. And why only India and Pakistan? Let me share some stats with you. Quick stat is, in last 2 weeks, more than 100 flights landed in Canada and they carried one or more COVID positive cases. And out of those total cases, 32 were from India.
So the Canadian government has taken an extreme step to ban any flight that is coming from India or Pakistan effective 11:30 p.m. EST on 22nd April. We are recording the video right now and it is already 12:30 a.m. 23rd April, so the ban has already been imposed. The ban has been imposed for 30 days for now, but there are chances that it can be extended, and it is applicable to all the commercial and passenger flights. There is no change to cargo flights at this moment.
Flights are already banned from India to UK, New Zealand and Hong Kong. This was an instant decision. They announced it in the afternoon and they imposed the ban at 11:30 p.m. same day. Now this ban have been imposed for direct flight, but there is a situation that you can still travel to Canada in a connecting flight, but you will have to provide a COVID negative report from your last endpoint. For example, if you're traveling to Canada and you're taking a halt at London airport, so you should have a COVID negative report from London airport. So you might have to go outside the airport, or you can get the COVID test done at the airport, which I'm not sure that it will be possible. So that is the reason why you should not be even traveling in a connecting flight until it is not essential. Because what happens if your COVID results are positive? Then you will be stuck at the London airport. So there are some complexities. You will get some more clarity on this, but this is the current situation of the direct flight. They are strictly banned. On the indirect flight, you will have to produce the COVID negative report.
There are some speculations that airlines will not hesitate in rerouting the passengers who are maybe on direct flights right now, but they may reroute them using any other location. Maybe they can route the passengers to UK or maybe Boston or any other country.
And that happened when there was a UK variant and the flights were banned from UK to Canada. They routed all the flights from UK to Boston and then they were able to land in Canada. So there are speculation that airlines might start doing that. Then the purpose of this ban will be defeated. Now there are some special cases. There are people who already booked the hotel for quarantine. They booked the tickets, but they will not be able to travel now. So you can check your hotel bookings. If it is non-refundable, still you can call the hotel and you can ask for the refund. In future, in few days, I'm sure that Canadian government will be announcing some measures on the hotel booking refund policy as well. But as of now, there is no update. But my recommendation is to check with your hotel if they will be able to refund you, because this is not your fault. There is a ban imposed by Canadian government. That is the reason you're not able to travel. So please check with your hotel.
So right now the ban is only on the flights coming from India and Pakistan, but there could be a case that tomorrow they can announce that there are more countries added to the list. So you have to keep an eye on the updates. And for PR holders and citizens who are outside Canada right now, so they said that there is no special measure for them right now. If they traveled outside Canada for some reason, so it is their responsibility, because the government kept warning the PR holders and citizens all the time that don't travel outside Canada if it is not required, if it is not essential. So they are not taking any exceptions for PR holders and citizens.
There might be some updates in the future, but the way they have announced it, it might seem very strict travel ban.
US has also advised its citizens to not travel to Canada at this moment. They have added Canada to do not travel list. So that is the thing. The rules are ever changing, so you never know which country can be banned at what moment. So keep an eye on the updates and do not travel if it is not required at the moment, because life is more important than anything else. Unless it is a pure emergency, do not travel.
Now I want to share my genuine opinion about this ban and how Canada is tackling this pandemic situation. You know that it's been more than 12 months and still there is a third wave of COVID in Canada. What is the reason? Is the government responsible or the people are responsible? I would say we all are responsible, because Canadian government did not take these kind of strict measure 6 months back. It's been more than 12 months. So they have imposed lockdown. It was not successful because they imposed lockdown and still people were out. There were lockdowns, stores were closed, travel restrictions were not there. Strict travel restrictions were not there. They asked people to quarantine for 14 days. But you know that not 100% of the people did quarantine for 14 days. Then these hotel quarantine came into picture after 12 months, which is too late. Bullet is already out of the gun. It's been more than 12 months, as I mentioned. Store were closed 8 months. So many people lost their jobs. So many business got closed because government did not take those strict measures initially. If these kind of strict measure like hotel quarantine, checking if the person has the COVID negative report or not at the airport, traveling bans, closing the stores, everything at one go, closing the schools, everything in one go could have been done 8 or 9 months ago, situation could have been way better. It was kind of shooting in the dark. It might hit the bullseye or it might not hit. They were doing lockdowns, it was not working. Then again, okay, let's try to close the stores. Let's open the stores only for essential items. That did not work. Okay, let's close the schools. That did not work. So it was kind of a hit and try method. As I mentioned, it's more than 12 months. People are not able to travel outside. Look at us. We were traveling on every long weekend. We are taking so much precaution. We are not able to travel outside so that things get better. But it is not only government's responsibility. If I talk about this ban, I will say this is a correct decision to make, but it is very late. In Australia, in New Zealand, there is a strict measure that you will have to quarantine for 14 days, not 3 days, because you start seeing the symptoms after 6 days, after 12 days. So all the decisions are correct, but strict lockdowns were not imposed earlier when people were serious, when people were scared. Now after 12 months, half of the population is not even taking the lockdown seriously because they are not scared. So I would say there was a scope of improvement here. This would not have extended to 12 months, 15 months. Canadian government could have dealt this situation better. The way China has improved their situation. Texas is organizing a sports event. Nobody was wearing mask in the stadium. Like, their vaccine situation is way better than Canada. In China, they are organizing concerts. Can you imagine? Like, their situation was the worst, and now they are way better in other countries. So it's a responsibility of both government as well as people. Like, we cannot say that government did not take all the right decision to improve this situation, but there were people who were not taking all the precautions as well, right? We did not travel in past 8-9 months. I don't know when was the last travel. We did not even travel to Niagara. We did not even go to downtown Toronto. We did not even go to Blue Mountain. We did not move out of Ontario in last 8-9 months. This is so difficult for us, but we did it so that situation gets better. And there are other people as well who are taking this situation very seriously, and there is other population who is not even taking these things seriously. They are traveling outside Ontario, they are traveling, they are hosting parties, and because of those small population, 20-30%, other 70% people are suffering. They are not able to meet their family. They are not able to travel to India. Let's say there is an emergency situation. So it's a responsibility of government. It's a responsibility of all the people. These kind of things will keep on happening if the situation will not be better. I can give you one example. Travel ban was imposed by Canadian government, but there were still people who were entering Canada. There were different options available. They were taking connecting flights. They were going to US, they were entering Canada by road. That option was also available. If I talk about Canadian government rules for travel ban, it is not same for private jets. If people are traveling by private jets, the restrictions are not as same as the people who are coming on a passenger flights. People coming by road, rules are not same for those travelers who are entering Canada. They don't have to do a hotel quarantine for 3 days, right? So there are loopholes, people are taking advantage, and government is also not able to cover all those measures, all those loopholes by which the cases are increasing in Canada. Variants from South Africa, variants from Brazil, already there in Canada, right? Banning flights from India and Pakistan might not help. Like after 10 days, 15 days, they will think that, okay, we should ban flight from Brazil, we should ban flight from South Africa as well. It should be a well thought process. It should not be a hit and try method that, okay, let's try to close the gym. Let's see what will happen. Let's try to close the schools. Let's see what will happen. So I'm just opening my heart out because it's been a frustrating 12 months and we are sitting at home not able to live our life properly because there are 20 to 25% people who are not taking this seriously. I will keep on talking on this topic because I was really frustrated because how the Canadian government is dealing with all this situation and how there are few people who are not taking it very seriously. They are traveling outside Canada. They are traveling outside Ontario. I mean, what the hell is going on? If it is not essential, why are you traveling outside Canada? I mean, is it so necessary? Because of those few people, everyone is facing this situation. Everyone is facing these travel ban. There are few people who travel to India on a personal emergency. Now they are also not able to enter Canada, right? What is their fault? They might lose their job. These are the situation happening because of people who are not taking it seriously and because of government who is not imposing strict bans, fines, whatever. I mean, like, look at Australia and New Zealand. I have given you examples. If the measure could have been as strict as New Zealand and Australia, situation would have been better. So I will keep on talking on this topic. I just want to end it. If Manpreet wants to add anything, she can add, but I will zip it.
So all in all, we understand everyone's sentiment. There are people with expired COPR who are waiting to come to Canada, and then there are people like us who are desperately waiting to travel to India to see their family members. So it's like a situation that we all have to understand that if it is not important, please stay wherever you are and please take care of yourself, because right now health is the most important thing. Traveling can happen later, but let's fix the issues that are going on in the world and let's just be patient. Keep an eye on the latest updates, and we will also try and make videos whenever we hear something from the government. So do not panic and just stay positive.
And I'm sorry if you felt bad, but I just wanted to open my heart out how the Canadian government is dealing with this situation and how there are some people who are not taking it seriously, because of which there are other people who are suffering. So I just wanted to let this out. Please let us know what is your thought on this travel ban, on this whole situation. Let's discuss in the comment section. See you in next video. We will keep on updating you on this situation. Stay safe
and stick around.